Curacao is a Dutch Caribbean island located just north of Venezuela. The population is about 161,000 people and its capital is Williamstead. The languages spoken are Dutch, English, and Papiamento. We booked an excursion directly with Irie Tours.
We saw a lot of unique animals on this trip. Our first stop was to see wild flamingos. Did you know flamingos aren't pink when they're born? They're brown. They turn pink later on from the beta-carotene in the foods that they eat, like crustaceans and plankton.
Our next stop was a national park. We were looking forward to seeing some caves, but the tides were too high and the door was locked. Lisa was very sad.
Even though the door was locked, we're pretty resourceful, so we found some things to do, like build an inukshuk and go for a walk along the coastline. The landscape in this park is very dry and arid, and there was barely any vegetation except for one really prickly bush.
We absolutely loved this sign. Just a little reminder to pick up after yourself. Whenever we travel somewhere new, we always like leaving the tourist zone and seeing how the locals live.
Our tour took us out to the rural areas of Curacao. It was interesting to see what the houses look like.
Originally, the buildings were whitewashed, but a former governor blamed the intensity of the sun's reflection off the white buildings as the cause of his migraines and mandated they paint the buildings any color but white. This may have been true, but it was later discovered he was a shareholder in the island's only paint store.
No matter where we travel, I love seeing cute little goats.
PLAYA Pescador, translated means fisherman's wharf.
We were excited to be swimming with sea turtles again. They were swimming so close to us that we could have touched them, but we didn't because we're rule followers. We weren't really sure what was happening here. This was just meters from the beach. We just basically walked off the beach and swam in. We weren't really sure why they were all clumped together like that, but then Steve dove down and it became apparent that they were sharing a fish head.
Hey Cindy and Lisa, wasn't that awesome?
That was awesome. So great. Turtles.
Turtles. As adventurous as I am at home, I'm always aware that being injured in a foreign country is not a good idea. There was no way I was jumping off this cliff, but a German girl on our tour decided to take the plunge.
We got back in the bus and headed to our last stop, which was one more beach. This is where we had lunch and met an interesting animal on the beach.
Porto Mary Beach has wild pigs that hang out all day at the beach and go for swims and drink salt water. I got closer and closer until this one tried to nip at me, and then I kept my distance.
After lunch, we hung out at the beach for about an hour, did some swimming, and that's when we saw our last amazing animal.
Had a fantastic day. If you're ever in Curacao, we highly recommend Irie Tours.